If Donald Trump wins, will he supply Ukraine with the weaponry it so desperately needs? Or will Ukraine be left without any US weapons at all? And then what? Let's explore the possible scenarios. Since the war began, the US has been Ukraine's biggest supporter, delivering a wide range of advanced military equipment. And by wide range, we mean really wide. The list includes ATACMS, anti-tank missiles, HIMARS, Patriot Air Defense Systems, Switchblade drones, Phoenix Ghost drones, M777 howitzers, M113 armored personnel carriers, Stinger anti-aircraft missiles, and counter-battery radars. As you can see, the US military aid isn't just a support measure, it's a lifeline for Ukraine. Without these resources, Ukraine would struggle to hold its ground, facing enormous hurdles in defending its territory and operational strength against Russia. Despite Ukraine's needs, Trump has publicly expressed his desire to scale back US assistance to the Ukrainian army. But in the unpredictable world of politics, today's antagonist could transform into tomorrow's savior. What if Trump, who has so firmly stood against further aid, suddenly decided to become a crucial ally? And let's not forget that it was none other than Trump who made the historic decision to provide the Ukrainian armed forces with Javelin anti-tank missiles and approve the sale of sniper rifles back in 2018. So imagine if Trump decided to supercharge Ukraine's defense with a game-changing arsenal. In such case, long-range guided precision strike missiles for the M142 HIMARS could extend their reach to an impressive 310 miles. This will allow Ukraine to hit strategic Russian positions from afar. Or picture F-15s bolstering their air force, complementing the F-16s with heavy, multi-role capabilities. Add in the Terminal High-Altitude Area Defense System, a mobile anti-missile shield with a 370-mile interception range, ready to neutralize incoming threats, especially ballistic missiles. And could you imagine AGM-158 missiles for the F-16s that will give them the power to conduct long-range strikes? Perhaps Trump would give Ukrainian forces an AGM-158 counterpart, Storm Shadow, which is also a crucial asset for penetrating deep into enemy territory. And what a pleasant surprise it would be for Ukraine if they received a significant boost in Abrams tanks. With only 31 in their current arsenal, Ukraine needs more to form a robust NATO standard battalion of at least 44 tanks. Such support would not only enhance Ukraine's military capabilities, but also shift the balance of power in their favor. But above all, it seems like a dream for Ukraine forces now. It looks like Trump is intact to his America First policy and preaching it throughout his presidential campaign. As the possibility of a drastic cut in US military support for Ukraine looms on the horizon, can Europe, with its own set of challenges and constraints, rise to the occasion and bridge the substantial gap left by the US? European countries have already been contributing to Ukraine's defense, but there are notable challenges and limitations to their support. Germany has been increasing its defense spending and providing Ukraine with critical military equipment, such as the IRIS-T air defense systems and Gepard anti-aircraft tanks. The IRIS-T system offers advanced air defense capabilities, while the Gepard tanks are effective against aerial threats. Ukraine will need the Eurofighter Typhoon jets from Germany to strengthen its air defense capabilities. Additionally, the Taurus missiles will be crucial for enhancing its precision strike capabilities. However, Germany's defense industry is still in the process of scaling up production to meet both domestic and international demands. Additionally, Germany's political landscape can impact the consistency and scale of its support. Another major player has been a significant contributor. France supplied Ukraine with Caesar self-propelled howitzers and Milan anti-tank missiles. The Caesar howitzers provide long-range artillery support, and the Milan missiles offer effective anti-tank capabilities. Ukraine will need France's Leclerc tanks to enhance its armored capabilities, particularly since the French still maintain an active production line for these advanced vehicles. While French defense firms produce high-quality equipment, their production capacity is limited compared to the vast resources of the US. France's willingness to continue and possibly increase its support is influenced by its own political and economic considerations. Besides France, the UK has emerged as another resolute ally, providing NLAW anti-tank missiles and Stormer HVM air defense systems. The NLAW missiles are designed for short-range anti-tank engagements, while the Stormer HVM systems enhance air defense capabilities. We should also mention the Brimstone guided missiles for launch from ground-based platforms, which were used by our Special Operations Forces. Other than that, Ukraine would greatly benefit from more Challenger 2 tanks from Britain, as the 14 units already supplied fall short of what's needed. The UK's defense industry is robust, but its resources are not limitless. The UK's ability to scale up production to match the scale of US contributions remains a significant challenge. Many European countries face budget constraints that limit their ability to sustain and scale up military aid to Ukraine. Defense budgets are often constrained by other national priorities and economic factors. European defense industries, while capable, often lack the scale of production found in the US. As a result, while Europe remains a critical supporter of Ukraine, they are not even close to match the volume of military aid provided by the US. But what about Asia? Can South Korea and Japan, renowned for their technological prowess and military innovation, provide the critical support for Ukraine's defense? South Korea has contributed to Ukraine's defense efforts primarily through its advanced military technology, most notably by supplying the K9 Thunder self-propelled howitzers. These systems are renowned for their superior firepower and mobility, which have bolstered Ukraine's artillery capabilities on the battlefield. The K2 Black Panther tank, with its state-of-the-art armor and technology, would provide Ukraine with a modern and highly effective combat vehicle. The KSAM air defense missile systems, comparable to the Russian S-400 but adapted to South Korea's specifications, would offer vital protection against aerial threats. Moreover, the K-1 tanks, a licensed version of the American Abrams, will represent a substantial upgrade to Ukraine's armored fleet. South Korea has the potential to further support Ukraine by scaling up production of weaponry. Although, let's not forget that South Korea has a primary focus on deterring North Korean aggression, which may limit its ability to provide substantial military aid to Ukraine. On the other hand, a growing partnership between Russia and North Korea has added a new dimension to this dynamic, motivating South Korea to strengthen its support for Ukraine as a fellow democratic nation. Japan's contributions include providing sophisticated radar systems and naval defense capabilities, which are critical in enhancing Ukraine's defensive measures. Japan's defense arsenal, which includes 102 Patriot missile launchers and almost 100 Type 87 anti-aircraft tanks, which bear a striking resemblance to the German Gepard. These sophisticated systems are exactly what Ukraine needs to enhance its defensive capabilities. Despite these contributions, Japan faces significant constraints due to its pacifist constitution, which, unfortunately for Ukraine, restricts arms exports and military engagement. So it's clear that Asian aid will also be insufficient. That's why Ukraine is trying, first and foremost, to rely on their own defense capabilities, starting with Neptune anti-ship missiles, which enhance its missile and artillery capabilities. The country also developed an impressive Baudana self-propelled howitzer. In the realm of drones, Ukraine has not only acquired but also improved its drone technology, including the locally developed Spectator drones. And let's not forget the impressive performance of Sea drones, particularly the Magura 5 and Sea Baby models. Talking about anti-tank weapons, we can name the Stugna P and Corsair missile systems. Both provide solutions against armored threats. Additionally, Ukraine's production of small arms like the Fort assault rifles and mass-produced wheeled armored vehicles, Kozak, Novator, and Varta, all classified as MRAP. And of course, we should mention the modernization of Soviet-era air defense systems like the S-300. But let's face it, the scale of Ukrainian military production doesn't stand a chance of meeting the escalating demands. As a result, even with the most optimistic support from European and Asian partners, without US deliveries, Ukraine faces severe shortages of critical military equipment. But will these shortages become a turning point in their fight for independence? Probably yes. The outcome depends on how long Ukraine will have to manage without American support. Michael Clark, a defense and security expert, said that if Ukraine can survive this year, the pendulum could shift dramatically against Russia in 2025. Do you agree? Share your predictions in the comments below.